Beal Ceal The Pheasants and the Fairies by Nathaniel Gallegos. On Beal Ceal, a scattered archipelago of islands lay hidden, accessible only through portals that open at rare celestial alignments. To those who stumble upon them, the islands offer a gift and a curse. They transform mortals into beings of magic and power. Some become fairies, creatures of light, dark, or elemental force, and some become pheasants, majestic like bird spirits, embodied in their own legacies. The portals promise transformation, but they also promise a war. On the first island, under the relentless gaze of the sun, the Order of the Sun arrived. Devout worshippers of the blazing star, they built a grand temple upon the land and were reborn as the Sun Fairies. Their power radiated warmth and light, bringing order, yet their pride would blind them to chaos, brewing beyond their golden walls. The Moon Templars followed, a devotee of Beal Ceal's 10 moons, who aligned once every 100 years to open a path to the islands. Their worship granted them eternal life. In their moonlit sanctuaries, the fairies learned the secrets of illusion, foresight, ethereal grace. Deep in the dirt, the mole colony of Queen Albubu discovered a hidden portal beneath the roots of the world. They, transformed into earth fairies, built a subterranean city, moving as one, guardians of the soil, stone, and underground treasures. Then the dark sorcerers, those who willed the forbidden magic of the Blackfinger clan. Their portal was a creation of ambition and shadow. When they crossed its threshold, they became dark fairies, corrupt yet immensely powerful, masters of curse and shadow. The Illumini clan arrived next, scientific minds who bent pure light into weapons of tools and power. The portal granted them fairy form, radiant and blinding. They were light fairies, creator of the brilliance, both illuminating and dangerous. Finally, from the uncharted depth of the ocean came the islanders. These are the invasive humanoid fish. Drawn by whispers beneath the waves, they entered the portal and became death fairies, the keepers of decay, death, and the cold, merciless truth of the sea. Alongside the fairies, the pheasants arose. The golden pheasants, once called the Shark King and his royal army, wielded the sun's nuclear energy, spitting solar flares and blazing trails across the sky. The silver pheasants, once mountain lords of immense size and ambition, have become the fastest birds to ever take wing. Hunters and raiders reborn, from giant conquerors to powerful silver conquest. The diamond pheasants, pirates who had vanished with the treasure beyond measure. They took to the skies, indestructible, bold, their diamonds' hard wings cut through anything. The stone pheasants, they were the loyal servants of the godly castle master. They can merge with any stone and metal. The castle master can build any castle from the ground up, and the birds can hide anywhere within the castle, protecting their mazes and fortress with a quiet, relentless cunning. The ice pheasants, fiery predators of the frozen islands, more wolf than man. They brought the cold with them, hunting in packs, freezing the prey instantly, masters of the frost and deadly patience. Above all loomed the steel birds, born of forbidden union of the stone and the silver pheasants. Colossal, unmatched, it was feared by all. There only exists 5. The law of the island forbid mixing of any kind, yet the steel birds still existed, an omen of power beyond reckoning. For centuries, the fairies and the pheasants warred amongst themselves. Rivalries burned hotter than the sun and colder than the ice pheasant's breath. The sun opposed the moon, the light opposed the dark. The stone clashed with the ice. The speed battled the durability in the skies and the silver and diamond pheasants. Every faction claimed territory, every battle was merciless. Yet greater threat stalked them all. The Dark Lords. The Dark Lord is a mountain lord who has trained in hell for 100,000 years and emerged as a hunter of all magic. They consume fairies and they consume pheasants. Each one they devour, it grants the Lord monstrous powers. Some transform into dragons, some become titanic, others become world-shattering abominations. But even then, they were bound by rules. If they eat 2 of the same type of fairy or pheasant, they experience the second death, annihilation beyond existence. In desperation, the golden and the silver pheasants defied the ancient rules, forming the first alliance on the islands. Together they struck against the Dark Lords, their combined might unstoppable. Out of this union arose the Golden Phoenix, born of fire and energy, ultimate guardian. Its wings burned away the Dark Lords, purging their armies in a blaze of divine fury. But no victory comes without consequence. The Phoenix's power summoned High Dark Lord Beal Ceal, a predator beyond reckoning. He commands over 100,000 legions in hell. He descended with his army, consuming the steel bird first, gaining the power that no creature has ever held. Then, in a storm of fire and shadow, he devoured the Golden Phoenix. Beal Ceal grew to the size of a skyscraper, over 75 stories tall. His eyes burned with cosmic malice. Entire armies of fairies and pheasants fell before him. The Dark Lords all bowed. Islands trembled. Oceans roared. Skies burned. Every living being of magic became his prey or fled in terror. No force could stop him. Beal Ceal conquered the planet, bending the skies, the seas, and the land to his will. The fairies and the pheasants, even the mightiest steel birds, were a speckle before his monstrous power. His reign was absolute, a godlike shadow over all of Beal Ceal. And yet, in the ashes of war, in the trembling remnants of magic, whispered lingers of the phoenix, of the still bird, of the original alliance, hope that someone may rise again, someone for Beal Ceal, for even death and domination were never final. The end.